So I'm going to show you how to achieve a nice full style as you blow dry and kind of sectioning the hair so that when you're home you can kind of achieve the same look where it's nice and tight down on the bottom and a little fuller at the top. So we're going to start with some blowout. It's a spray gel. We're going to go in and we're going to spray it at the regrowth and around the rest of the hair. Once you get that in there, kind of work it through as you tousle it through. An important thing is when you blow dry your hair, you don't want to start with your round brushes. So we're going to have two round brushes, where a smaller one where I can get a little fuller down and through here, it's a little tighter, and then go up here where it's a little bit larger so you can get some roundness at the top, but still a smoother effect. So instead of going right away using your round brushes, you want to get the moisture out of the hair first. You want it about 85% dry so you're not killing your arms as you're blow drying your hair. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to blow dry most of it dry, about 85%, and then we'll start placing it with the round brush. So as you're blow drying the back, you want to kind of blow dry the back down rather than up. So, but as you still want to just get that moisture out of the hair. So just kind of flip your head upside down, or just have the blow dryer on high, getting the hair away from the scalp and a little bit loose to get the air through it so that it removes the moisture a lot faster. And as you do this, it creates a little more lift away from the scalp so it's not stuck to the head. If you're looking for a more sleeker look, then you want to kind of just have everything pulling the hair downward if you want a more sleek look. But when you want a fuller look, just really get in there with your fingers, loosen that hair away from the scalp, and fluff it up. And let the blow dryer do the work, removing the moisture and giving you the lift. Letting the blowout gel really do its job. So now as you get to this point, you want to start to section the hair. You can section the hair, one, with the blow dryer, and you can pull the hair, push the hair out of the way with the blow dryer and then work it. Or you can take a clip and you can section your own hair and kind of get it out of the way. I prefer blowing the hair away with the blow dryer because I have two hands. It might be a little easier for you when when you have the hands on your, when you're trying to do it yourself. But for me, it's easier just to kind of use the blow dryer as my section, help me section the hair. So you kind of push the hair out of the way, and then you grab the hair, allow the round brush to grab hold of that hair, and in a continuous motion, bring it down. As you're working it, don't grab the hair and then come backwards like this. If you have longer hair, you end up with a mess. Have it go in one continuous motion, over directing the hair when you want a lot fuller look, meaning you push that hair up and over and then crank that hair. Get it heated and then pull away the blow dryer and then let it come down. And as you do that, you create a large amount of volume at the scalp area. Even if you don't want the hair that big, it's okay because it'll eventually fall and you can work it down when you're completing the style. So as I take the hair, I over direct it forward so I'm not just pulling it down this way. I'm actually getting some lift away from the scalp so that it gets a lot of volume at your scalp, especially in the crown area. Over-exaggerate it when you're working on yourself. The more you over-exaggerate it, the fuller your hair becomes. See, as I pull it forward, see how much more lift you get from it as you pull your hair forward and you're over-directing the hair. The best way to get volume is with the blow dryer and a round brush. You can get some good volume with some rollers, some Velcro rollers, and kind of allow some heat from the blow dryer to hit them. But the best way to really smooth that hair and get good volume is the round brush and heat. As you work to the side, we take that section of hair. We don't want all of that, so we want to start with a small section here. And you don't want to over direct this because you don't want the sides so big, so full. So you kind of pull it directly out and then pull it downward. You want it nice and smooth, but yet just a little volume on the sides. But as the hair is about 85% dry when you start, it's so much easier. Your hair will dry so much faster for you, and your arms aren't going to get really, really tired. So you'll take the hair to about this point, and then you will stop using. So you'll start to use the larger round brush on top, and you'll still over direct this way, so you can still get that volume at the top of the hair. Which once again, you're not going to allow it to be so big, but you at least get that worked volume at the scalp, so then you can get some movement in your hair. If the hair kind of gets too much in the way, just kind of re-separate it and push it out of the way and re-grab it with your round brush and over direct it. You can see you start to get that nice volume in the crown. And you work over to the other side, pushing most of that hair out of the way. And now working on this side. One continuous motion, pulling it out. Use the blow dryer on top of the hair to help pull it, so you don't lose the hair out of your round brush. So you grab hold of it and you pull it, so it helps to kind of smooth that hair on that round brush. To help you hold that hair on the brush and glide very smoothly across the hair shaft. This is mainly the same concept that you'll use with short hair, long hair. It doesn't, length of the hair doesn't matter. It's just a matter of you gaining control of as much hair as you can work with. Just kind of go over it afterwards just to kind of make sure that you've got all loose ends and your ends are smooth before you finish, and then go back to working to try and get the fullness where you want it and smooth the hair the rest of the way to get you the finished product. Once the drying is complete, then you can go back through before you style and just kind of make sure that everything's smoothed out. And for Miss Betty, we're going to make sure that the length is good as we tuck it before we finish it, to make sure if we need to make it any shorter for her.
It looks good.
Is that good length?
Looks really good. Yeah, it's a good length.
Good. Then we still like a little bit more volume, so we want to kind of pick through it. And then in the crown areas where we really like to have a little bit more extra support, you want to be able to kind of backcomb it just a little bit and then smooth the hair over it so that it stays smooth, but yet she gets that fullness. Where we want it. And it seems to stay nice and smooth in her neck area, the nape area here. Everything seems good where it's not hanging longer than where she wants it.
Perfect.
And then we actually will finish it with some Aquafix to hold down some flyaway hairs. And it is probably the windiest day ever, so we want to hold it, make sure it's good as she leaves. And voila.